Hey guys, it's Carl Brown from GuitarLessons365.com. I have got a banger today. We're gonna learn how to do We Die Young by the great Alice in Chains. This is a fun song to play. Hope you guys will enjoy it as much as I do. It's kind of hard to just stop playing it. Anyway, before I get into it, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done already. Ring the notification bell so you know it's a new video. You can like and comment on the lessons, watch the full lessons. It really helps the YouTube algorithm stuff. So it's kind of supporting the new content that hits the channel, really helps YouTube kind of push the channel out to more people. So please do that for me. If you really want to support what I do here on YouTube, click the link in the description. You're going to see a link to my Guitar Academy. It's my online guitar school. It contains all my guitar courses, from complete beginner courses to more advanced courses on technique, improvisation, ear training, theory, you name it. I go live every Saturday with Academy members, just chatting for an hour and a half or so, and we just I answer any questions they might have had throughout the week, and we have live courses, we have everything, so please go over there and check it out. Free 7-day trial by clicking that link. So let's jump into the actual song. I am in drop C sharp. So basically what that means is it's tuning your guitar down a half step across the board. So just this, the E string, you can call it like E flat, and then the B string down to B flat, G string down to G flat, and so forth. But then when you get everything down a half step, then you tune to a drop tuning, which is like, if you know drop D, where you take the low E string and tune it down a whole step. That would make that basically down 1.5 steps from standard. So most people call it C sharp, drop C sharp tuning. You can also call it drop D flat. Regardless, here's the notes if you call it a sharp tuning. It's a C sharp on the low E down to a C sharp. The A string goes down to a G sharp. D string down to a C sharp. G string down to an F sharp. B string down to an A sharp. And the high E string down to a D sharp. So anyway, if your tuner reads flats, it would be the low string would be a D flat, then an A flat, D flat, G flat, B flat, E flat. All right, I'll put those notes in the description. So let's start here. We had this main riff that goes throughout a lot of the song. It's a really cool riff. So it's going to start here at the 2nd fret there on the low E string. So I'm playing just the power chord by playing the 2nd fret on the low E and the A together. I'm calling it an E string. I know it's tuned down to D flat or C sharp, but I'm still going to call it an E just to make things easier for everyone. So 2 across the low E and the A, and then those 2 strings open twice. Then come up to the 6th fret here across those same 2 strings. And he plays this. Now you can play this, you can use 2 fingers, you play the 6th fret on the low E and the A. But you basically you play them and you bend them, pull them downward, you kind of bend them sharp a half step and then release it back down. Now, Jerry Cantrell, when he plays it, he's just barring his pinky there. Like that. From there, after you do that, play the open E string again. So you're just kind of chugging this. So you're keeping those palm muted hits on the low E while you're playing the 3rd fret there across the A and the E. And then at the end, you just go 3, 5. Across the same 2 strings. So all together. And then he starts the riff over, but he has a different ending. So that was the same bend up at the 6th fret. But here, we basically, when you do that, the hit on the 3 there, you just do it twice. And you hit that open E string, and then you come up here. That's the 5th fret across the A and the E. And then a bend and release there, like at a slight half step, bend it up and back down. Then 3, 0. So that second time through. So all together, both parts. And then just repeat. So that, then Lane comes in with the vocals, and it's the same riff that goes on, but it ends the second, it's at the very end before it goes to the next part, which I kind of just call like a pre-chorus. It's not like a verse, chorus, pre-chorus, kind of laid out song, but he uses the same riff over the verse and then the chorus and everything. So we basically have this at the end of it, when we're transitioning into the next part. It goes. Instead of doing that, it just goes. So what he's doing here is he's barring the 3rd fret across the E, A, and the D, the 5th fret there on the G, and the 6th fret there on the B. So just like that, and then take it up 2 frets. And then we get to this next part, which is cool. All right, so that's gonna come way up here, jumps around really quick. We're at the 11th fret across the A and the D, the 13th on the G, and the 14th fret there on the B string. So he's gotta hear that rhythm, know that rhythm there. He keeps, so when he's does those hiss, and he goes back in between them, keeps the chugs going on that low string. So we have this. So we had that 14, 13, 11, 11. That comes back down, that same exact chord that you're playing at the 11th fret here. Move it down to the 3rd fret. So it goes like this. And then we have the first ending, which is those same 2 chords that we just did when we went like that. But it goes, starts with the second one, the one at the 5th fret there. And then comes back down to 3rd fret. So like this. And then you start the riff again. So basically that same, and this different ending. There's just the open strings, the 2 low strings that open, then 3, 5, then bend up, then take it without the bend, 3, 0. Then we play the riff again the same time we did the first time through. So that same ending there. And then the 4th time through, we're basically going to reverse these 2 chords and play the Mustang like this. So all together. All right, then it goes back into the chorus and that same main riff. And those same kind of ending chords that, it's an F to a G chord there. And then we go through the same pre-chorus again, and then it jumps to the bridge section, which is comes right before the solo. It looks like this. So that's gonna start with a quick hammer on from 3 to 5 on the A. And then a trill between 3 and 5. And just resolve that here at the 3. So we have this. And then we have that same ending that we did in the previous section. That right there, he does that. So we saw that in the pre-chorus. So we have this. And then we go up here to play this unison bend. So you're gonna play the 3rd fret there on the B string, and then the 5th fret there on the G. So you're gonna play those 2 notes together, and then bend that note up on the G string until it matches the note on the B. And then release, and just play that 5th fret there on the G with a lot of vibrato. And then the same little riff. And then we do the same, that F chord, that chord we did at the 3rd fret, and then hold that, and then move it to the 5th fret and hold it. So you're holding it longer there. So we have this all together, and it's repeated twice. I'll just repeat all that. All right, now that takes us to the solo. Now the solo is over that main riff that we've been doing for a lot of the song, so nothing new to learn there. But let me jump into Jerry's solo real quick, and then I'll show you how to play it note for note. All right, so he starts with like kind of a tremolo pick up the E string. It kind of makes it to into the 20th fret, kind of sliding into the 20th fret. You hear some whammy bar noise there. After it, you hear some kind of string noise there, and then we have this that little thing, which is just a pinch harmonic at the 12th fret on the G. Kind of quick bend and release and pull off the 10. We have this. So that's hammer 10 to 12 on the D, and then play 10, 12 on the G, and he does some double stops on the G across the G and the B. So you're playing the 12th fret on the G and the B. So you're gonna play that a couple times and resolve it down to the double stops there, the 10 and the on the G. Then we have this next phrase. So that's going to be a bend at the 12th fret on the G, over to 10 on the B, 10 on the high E, and then again, and then. That's a quick bend and release so after you did that lick twice, you get a quick bend and release at the 12th fret there on the G, pull off to 10, over to 12 on the D. And then we have this little ending line. So that's going to be a quick bend and release at the 7th fret there on the G, pull off to the 5th fret. Now what he's doing this line, by the way, you get a lot of pinch harmonics going on with it, so really just kind of dig in on the notes. So at this, kind of bend and release at the 7, pull off to 5, over to 7 on the D string. And when you get back to that 5, you can do a quick little bend if you want. And then we're gonna go 7, 6, 5, 3. All down the D string. And then we're gonna have this another quick bend and release at the 5th fret there on the D. Pull off to 3. Over to 5 on the A. And then back to that 3. You can do a slight bend on that too. And then we're gonna descend And that's going to be 5-3 on the A, 6-5 on the low E, and resolve it in the solo there of the 5th fret there on the A string. So we have this all together. All right, so then we go through the verse again and the pre-chorus again, so nothing's really changed with those riffs. The very end, he goes back into the main riff again with a kind of like a ending chorus. And the only thing that's different there is he kind of does a really abrupt ending, so he stops right in the middle of the riff. So it kind of looks like this. Like that. So it's just going to end on that 3 the very last time. He repeats it quite a few times before that, just like we did earlier. So just the full riff, and then at the very end, he doesn't do that. He just goes there. It ends on that 3. All right, hope you guys enjoyed it. It's a fun song to play. So as soon as you get your guitar in this tune, hopefully your guitar will do it for you. It's not that hard to play, and it's just tons of fun. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you again soon for GuitarLessons365.com.